Using SQL prompt is great, and so we can even do stuff like this. Select star from SSF and use a space bar. We get the snippet, it immediately lays our code out. We can pick our databases, it fills in the schema, it does the aliasing for us if we've set it up. We can join to other tables based on just typing these letters in, and off it goes, and it finds everything for us and lays it all out. And we can say, you know, format that stuff, and now it's all laid out. We're pulling data from a database, joining from a table, joining to another table, and all the information is there. And we can, you know, expand wildcards and all of the fun stuff that we can do with SQL prompt. But I'd like to point out that what I'm doing right now is I am connected not merely to SQL Server, but I am connected actively to Amazon RDS. I have a server, and my databases are running on that server within RDS. And so I can see that SQL prompt works with RDS more or less the same way as it works with the normal application. Now, there are a few gotchas if you've not yet configured backups, for example, with your RDS server, something you would have to do separately. So we can say backup, database, our database. If we tried to launch this command, what we're going to get is we're going to get an error because database backup permissions are denied currently because we've not yet set up backup with Amazon and through the Amazon interface. But once it's there, you can do native backups, and prompt is there ready to go to help you out. But all of the other normal things that you can do with prompt, you know, expanding wildcards, which you already saw, qualifying the object names, which you already saw, all of the normal things that you can do, we've got it. You can go through and validate the unused parameter, summarize the script. You saw me do the format. We can change the style. We can take a look at the code analysis rules. In other words, SQL prompt is working with Amazon RDS, which is great news. But there's more. Let's do this. Let's go up here and let's change my connection. I'm going to change my connection string. And now instead of connecting to my Amazon RDS, I'm going to go over and connect up to a different database and a different server. This time, instead of connecting to Amazon RDS, I am connected up to Azure. And this is an Azure SQL database. So it's roughly the same database in all intents and purposes, but it's hosted now on Azure instead of on Amazon. We can still switch databases, and so now we're on the Ham Shack Radio database, and so we can do our same commands, SSF, and sure enough, there's the radio, join with the vendor, on, and we've got all of our stuff normally laid out, Control K, Control Y. There it is, the exact same functionality in both Amazon RDS and Azure SQL Database, both supported by SQL Prompt. In both cases, SQL Prompt enabling me to do more. But that's not all. I'm going to show you one last little bit. Now I'm going to switch over to Azure Data Studio, where we have a preview release of SQL Prompt. And what I've done here is I've connected up my Azure Data Studio to Amazon RDS. And if we take a look at this, we can see that in fact, look at that. We've got our snippets are already in there. And so it does it, pulls it out, formats some of the coding. Now currently you can't use anything else but the snippets. So I'm now having to type normal stuff. So I'm not seeing my automatic aliasing and everything else. So I'm going to type that in for myself. Oops, oops, oops. Never type in demos. So we can actually get in here and ensure that our formatting is set up. And it's Shift-Alt-F to do the formatting, or right-click. But now we've got SQL Prompt doing the formatting for me. So now it has laid out all my code the same way as it does in the other place. Now this is a preview, but it's interesting because we can cross all the streams. I'm working within SQL Prompt, I'm working within Azure Data Studio, I'm connected to Amazon RDS, the same as I was over here, and I'm getting a lot of the same functionality. More of that's going to be coming within the Azure Data Studio, but most of it is already done and ready to go either in Amazon RDS or in Azure Data Studio, also with managed instances, and of course with any of the providers that are hosting virtual machines. We work within a virtual machine as if we were on an on-premise machine. It doesn't really matter. So SQL Prompt is ready to go, ready for you, ready for the cloud. And off you go, enjoy that. My name's Grant Fritchie. I work for Redgate Software.